Yeah, we in the building, y'all. Welcome to the show, man. Let me get my soundboard together. Yeah, we in here, man. You're not rocking with the most poppin' Knicks YouTube channel on the net. I am the objective fan, straight out of Kings County, New York City's finest. And you know the vibe. Level-headed Knicks talk, y'all. Man, look, I couldn't let this week go by and not do something. I'm sorry I couldn't do the pod on Monday. I was under the weather, a lot of things going on, but I'm back. I'm ready to go. I drunk some tea. Oh man, listen. Whew. We talked about August, right? We said, yo, even though it's the all season, we don't got no Knicks in the Olympics, right? We've been talking Knicks every single week. And look, we got some things to talk about, man. But salute to everybody that was in here early. I'm gonna let y'all live. I'm gonna keep the open to everybody. Listen. I need Knick Nation in here, going crazy. Let me know how you feel. Right. I know you guys see what the topic is, but let me say salute to some people in the building early. Definitely salute to Quiet Money, Big Task at Hand. My man Sam is in the building. Von Allen, Discord family in the building. By the way, if you're not a part of the Discord, definitely get inside there. The link is pinned in the comments. Also, I have the link in the description, or you can go to the website, www.theobjectiveknicksfan.com. Right, we have a 24/7 Knicks chat where we go in. Me and my man Sam, me and my man Coach. Right, definitely Wacko in Brooklyn. How could I forget the mods? Salute to Maxine. I see you also up in there. Definitely get inside that Discord server, and we also got a free Knick hat giveaway. Check that out. But listen, whoa, August 3rd came. I couldn't drop any content. But I mean, I honestly was surprised. I thought Randle was going to shock the world. I thought we were going to go crazy, be like, he was going to give us that discount. Didn't happen. Didn't happen. So that's one of the topics. We're going to be talking about Randle not signing the extension, and will he actually be traded? Now, of course, we don't foresee any trades happening in the near future, but hey, I'm going to get into why. The door might not be all the way closed on that. And then also we could talk about some other moves like Kevin McCullough Jr. He signed a 2-way contract. Salute to Kevin McCullough Jr. I think Coach, a couple of you guys were big on the kid. Salute to him, for getting that 2-way. It's unfortunate that he had an injury. That's why he wasn't able to play in Summer League. But I guess they see something in the kid. I mean, I read some reports, and I think some of you guys also might have made reference that he plays really good defense. I know some of you guys said that, he could be put in there for OG Anunoby if OG Anunoby goes down, and things of that nature. So salute to him. And of course, the flagship topic for tonight's show will be why Jalen Brunson. First off, salute to the Brunson burner for being the 36th captain in Knicks history. It's an interesting list. Salute to, I think it was a couple of Knicks channels or people put it up there. I think Daily Knicks put it up there on the website first. I think they was the first ones on it. And it's an interesting list of Knicks. I'm just going to say it like that. Because when you look at half of that list, you're like, wait a minute. These were the captains? Oh, man. So you're looking at Jalen Brunson. He's a breath of fresh air. But the question has been asked. Now, I'm warning all of the Randleites. This stream might be triggering. I'm just letting you guys know. Now, I am the objective fan. I am the objective Knicks fan. I am a fan of the team. I'm not a fan of no player. I'm for what's best for the team first, all the time, always. I support the players, salute to them, getting their bags and things of that nature. But at the end of the day, this is about New York City, right? New York City stand up, right? And definitely, this is about what's best for the team. And I think that Jalen Brunson has shown that he is more than worthy. So I have to give him a major salute, man. But yeah, listen, somebody put earlier in the chat that this is going to be a very important stream. And I was like, damn, I thought about it. I was like, this definitely is going to be an important stream because we didn't get a chance to really talk. Try to think, how should I start this off? Let me see. I know we're going to jump in and out of research mode. I do want to start off to get it going. I have an article here I'm going to pull up in a second talking about the Kevin McCullough Jr. kid. Some interesting stuff about him that some of us may not know, especially if you don't watch college basketball. Definitely someone who uh, is a really good defender and a player. And he's a two-way player, a lot of people say, but he's a really good defender. And he's someone who I'm hearing a lot of good things about. Right? I know we didn't get a chance to see him. Hold on, let me see if this is the article here. Let's just read this one. I'll pull it up. Let me see. August 5th. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna jump into research mode, y'all. Bad. We're gonna start off slow. We're gonna get to Randle. All right, we're gonna get to Brunson, right? We're gonna get to that in a second. But I just wanted to give a salute to this kid because I didn't get a chance to talk about him on the pod. He got a two-way contract, which is kind of a big deal. Especially since, we have Jacob Toppin, right? We have Scat, right, who's become a fan favorite. We got who else we got? But the kid Ball also had a good G League, right? We know Dwayne Washington wasn't going to make the team. Oh yeah, Jabakis, I think he's going back overseas. The last we heard of him, he was trying to sign with a team in Europe. Actually, Dwayne Washington also was going to the same team that he wanted to go to as well. So it's a lot of competition in terms of guys who either are second-round picks or guys that just put in a lot of work and might have played with the G League team last year coming into this year, right? So my thing is, why is this kid Kevin McCullough Jr., who was the 56th pick, by the way, right? Of course, Ariel, he was the 58th pick, and he was the first one to get the two-way contract. So what is it about these picks that the Knicks are holding on to dearly, right? Well, at least I shouldn't say holding on to dearly. You get a two-way contract. But at the same time, why did this kid get the deal over a Jacob Toppin, right? Over and it's not to say that Scat and Toppin can't get the last two spots, but then they also signed another kid from the Magic, Chime. They gave him an Exhibit 10 deal because when I saw that, I was like, wait a minute, right? But then they said it was an Exhibit 10 deal. We already know what that means. It's pretty much the same contract Jacob Toppin had last year going into the training camp. It's just a contract just to see, pretty much solidify your spot. Remember, you could carry up to 20 going into training camp. So it's not really a big deal. But at first, I thought he was taking one of those coveted roster spots. As you know, we get 18, 3 two-ways, 15 on the team. So what is it about? I'm going to ask you guys in the chat. Let's set it all. What is it about this kid? Kevin, I know you guys want to get the Randle. I got it. Nope, we warming it up. We gonna get the Randle. What is it about this kid? Let's see. His performance and the lack effort. Okay, now you talking about Randle. Oh man, y'all going in with Randle. I'm gonna get the Randle in a second. Oh my God, is Randle looking for $47 million? Oh my God. Wow, y'all guys you guys. Okay, so I got somebody talking about this kid. Let's see. Coach says because the kid could be iHeart at 6'7". You say he could be iHeart or Josh Hart? I see iHeart. So because the kid could be iHeart. Okay. I haven't really watched the kid play. I'm not gonna lie. I haven't watched the kid play much. I did do my research. I watched a lot of tapes on him, but I never really got a chance to see him play. But is he someone who deserves a spot over Scap or Toppin? Because at this rate, they're looking to bring in other guys from other teams, right? So what happens to those two guys? Because I haven't heard anything on them getting any contracts. I'm pretty sure they'll get training camp invites, at least. At least that's what we hope, right? But of course, in Leon Rose, we trust, right? Salute to the guru, right, behind all of our success. But I'm just trying to understand. I want you guys to tell me, what is it about this kid? I see he averaged 11 points, 5 rebounds, 2.4 assists. He shot 44% from the field. Not too good from downtown, but I don't really care about that, right? Because you can always develop your three-point shot. Look at Josh Hart. Josh Hart came to the Knicks. He was shooting like 31%, right? And then he was lighting it up when he first got there. So let's see. Oh, coach means Josh Hart. I've heard Josh Hart. Haven't heard 7 I Hart. Okay. Yeah, he meant Josh Hart, y'all. He meant Josh Hart. I'm gonna say it like this. I'm gonna pull up the Knicks depth chart. I listen. I need another big guy on the roster, yo. We have too many. Small forwards and point guards and shooting guards. If you ask me, right? I really do, but think that we need to get another big guy, even if it's Scap. Even if you say, all right, we're gonna give Scap the last spot on the team, I take it, right? But I do think the Knicks want to leave it open. Or who are some guys you want to see make the team too? I want to see Scap. I don't care about no other guys right now. I mean, because you're not going to get anybody who will settle for veteran money and the role of a bench warmer, right? So, like, you see the kid Jones, for example, he got the $3.1 million, but I'm pretty sure he's going to want to play, right? You don't want to bring, and he's going to play in Phoenix, right? So you don't want to mess up your chemistry. That's why I say, yo, go get Toppin or Scap. I mean, I say Scap. I love Toppin. Think he's talented, but I think Scap's what we need. You know, I really do believe that. Let me see. Let's see if I get a good depth chart here. Right? So yeah, this is our depth chart right now. Very thin at the 5. I mean, unless you really want to count Sims, right, as a third string, right, center. I think that at least get a good. Now you could also argue the argument could be they got Ariel, right? Ariel, he could get brought up at any moment. He could also be extended, right, and brought into the team and given a regular contract towards the end of the season. That is possible. But when you look at the power forward position, the power forward and the center position, it's looking kind of, I don't know. I feel like we need another quality big guy because Precious, he could play 4 or 5, right? And more than likely, unless they go small with OG as the backup power forward, you know how they do. But Precious Achiuwa, he's solid. He could give you some time at the 5. But the key thing to this whole equation is, you have 2 guys in OG and Mitch that are injury prone. So if you're relying on OG to be a backup power forward, right, you're going to have to prepare to fill what he brings in at that backup power forward spot. And also, if Precious Achiuwa is playing the center spot, right, you already know that he's going to give the leeway to Hard and these guys up here, the Nova boys, pretty much. So you need another quality big guy. I don't want to see. Look at all the. All right, so look, you got. If you look at the from 1 to 3, right? You have 10 guys. 10 guys. Right? And then Kevin McCullough Jr., I guess they got him at power forward, but he's really a small forward. He's 6'7". So you add him to that fold, you got 11 guys. Right? And this Jope kid, he's not going to play. This kid is not going to play. So I don't know. I don't know what the Knicks is. Let me see what you got talking about. Word Scat. Let's see. I promise. Hold up, we coach. Oh my God, yo! Salute to the chat, yo. Y'all live tonight, man. Definitely. Oh, by the way, like if you don't know, we are part of the YouTube partner program. We just got accepted. So hey, the super chats are open as well. If you want to send a super chat, we do appreciate it. I see the chat is very lit. I'm gonna try my best to keep up because this show is about communicating with the chat. I'm not just gonna be up here talking to myself all night. So definitely let me know what you guys' thoughts are. Yeah, Coach, I'm with you. We loaded up on subs from Randle and OG, and I think that you need to get another big guy. And like somebody said earlier in the chat, Scap, my man Sam. Yo, you need Scap. You need Scap. I don't understand what the delay is, but there are things behind the scenes we don't know. Like we said in Leon Rose, we trust. But at the same time, I think we're falling in love with like guys who are 6'7", right? Even if you give it to Toppin is 6'9". So Toppin, he has a little bit of size on him. Bring in Toppin and I would give Scap the other 2-way, But I don't see a scenario for me where Scap is not on this team, whether it's a 2-way or whether he gets an actual contract. Let's see. Big Taz. Let's see. I like to get Scap If we make room to the roster, yes, I agree. Yep. 2 for 1. Yep, I'm with you, Coach. See, yo, salute the coach, man. By the way, that's why you got to join the Discord because Coach is in the Discord, man. We have great conversations. And Coach is always on the money. So yeah, I'm gonna shift gears because I see you guys. Oh my God, this chat is so crazy. Let's see. Coach says, all right. Cool. I promise. Yeah. Hold on, Coach. Did somebody bring up Towns? That's why you said that? Did somebody bring up Towns? Yeah, we can't talk about Towns. Definitely can't talk about Towns. So I'm gonna shift gears. I'm gonna jump into the second topic, man. You guys, you know, you guys want to talk about this, man. So look, the fateful date came, right? The fateful date came, August 3rd. And the brother who's sports track who I have on the screen, his name is Julius Randle. Let me make it so you can see. Right? 29 years old. He'll turn 30 in November. Right? He was due to sign a $180 $1 million contract. And he didn't sign it. Right? A lot of mysteries. A lot of spooky stuff going on. Now, some of you guys might remember when I had Joel King. He was in the chat. He said he was a relative of Julius Randle. Of Jalen Brunson. And he said Brunson, he predicted that Brunson would sign for the discount, right? The $159 million contract. He also said in that same video, I'm not sure if you guys remember, that Randle, they were looking to make a trade for Julius Randle, right? And at the time, I wasn't really considering a trade for Julius Randle. I also don't think that Julius Randle will be traded right now. You know what? Let me jump out of research mode. Right? I don't think that there is a trade for Julius Randle, so to speak, right now that the Knicks are considering. Because I think that if you were going to make a trade, they would have had to do it already. Like a lot of teams spent the money, right? Remember, we got to match salaries now. So you can't send, a guy for $30 million and get a guy back for $10 million. So it's a lot of complicated to make a trade, a lot of complications in that. So we know that the trade won't happen now. We also know that free agents, who signed this summer won't be able to be traded until I think January 15th or December 15th, one of those two dates, where if you sign somebody, those guys can't be traded. We also know that during the season, there's a lot of teams that have a lot of high expectations, right? And so because of that, teams are going to fall off. And then star players might become disgruntled. And they might ask for trades out, right? So him not signing the contract, the extension, to me, definitely left way more questions than I honestly don't think we have an answer, because I'm going to say this. To the trade Randle people, him not signing doesn't mean that he's going to be traded. Let me just start off there, right? There's no guarantees the man's going to be traded. However, I do think the window opens up a little bit. I think that, if the trading Randle is at, let's start from zero. Let's say, all right, there was no trade that they were going to do for Randle, right? 0%. I do think now the trade went from 0 to about 25%. Still 75% not trade Randle, right? Especially now, if Randle does get traded, it'll be because of a multitude of factors. Right? Now, this trade, prospective trade, if it were to happen, would more than likely happen at the deadline. Why do I say the deadline? Or after that December 15th date. Probably close to the deadline, right? So, because one, you have more players eligible that can be traded. That's one, right? So more players eligible to be traded makes it easier to match salaries, right? Let me see what you guys are talking about before I continue. Based on last 5 years, Randle is a $40 million plus player. The answer is yes. You know what? If you want me to go there, I say Randle deserves a bag. Right? I personally say Randle deserves the bag for sure. And I'm gonna get to that in a second. You know what? Let me cook. So if he's gonna be traded, like I said, more than likely around that time, more eligible players, more opportunity for disgruntled players. Because I'm telling you right now, this season, you're gonna see a lot more disgruntled players. If you look at the Western Conference and all of those supposed superstar all-stars, right? Phoenix, Denver, all these teams who possibly won't even finish in the top 4, you might have star players saying, I want out. And that's what the Knicks are looking for. That's been consistent in all the reports that the Knicks want a star player. Like, they're not trading Randle just so all of these. First of all, let me just say this, right? And let me pull some of these trades because I took some screenshots earlier. I'm not gonna put them on the screen, but some of this stuff is ridiculous, right? Like, I mean, here's the trade. We actually talked about this in the pod. I've been seeing trades like this. Zubac and PJ Tucker for Julius Randle. The Knicks are not doing that trade, right? And that was actually reported by a reporter. I'm not even going to say the guy's name, right? Now, I do want to give a salute to Fred Katz because he said that unless Randle, who's 29, is willing to take a substantial discount, it is difficult to find an agreement that makes sense for both sides. Now, when I first heard that, I didn't believe it because I honestly believed that they could actually get to a number early. First day, boom, this is the number we want. Let's move. Didn't happen. Right? So Fred Katz was the first one to let us know, like, he ain't going to sign, bro. It's not going to happen. Let me see. Another trade is this. They said, okay, I got possible trade targets. Draymond Green, Nurkic, Robert Williams III, and Larry Nance Jr. as possible trade targets for the Knicks at the trade deadline. To my man in the chat that said Randle's worth $40+ million. The guys I just named are not worth that much. They're not on that level. So all of these trade rumors to me are just ridiculous. Let me see if I got any more. Just a lot of nonsense out there. Trades for guys who are not even currently all-stars. It's ridiculous. Quiet Money, I'm with you, Quiet Money. Right? Definitely, there aren't any players available to trade for Randle to get equal value in return. Not right now. That can change up into the trade deadline, but right now, no. Does the team need Randle to be a 24, 11, and 6 player for them to win the title? Can New York be more successful with Randle as the third option behind Brunson and Mikal? Now, first off, I'm going to say this. Mikal Bridges and OG, salute to them. You know what I mean? Salute to them. We love those guys. But Julius Randle is the second option. I'm going to even say this for the Randleites. Okay, so this stream is not going to be that painful for the Randleites. Because I'm going to say this. I'm going to keep it real. Randle could honestly be the first option. I can see a world, and that might sound crazy, but I do see Jalen Brunson's numbers coming down, right? I see it coming down. Maybe not 4 points, but definitely 2 to 3 points. Brunson's numbers is coming down for sure. Guaranteed. He's not going to average 29. There's no reason for Jalen Brunson to average 29 when you have this good team, right? When you have all these pieces around you. I think if Mikal Bridges gives you 16, 17, 18, right? Even 19, which he gave you last year, OG can give you anywhere around 15. I don't see Randle dropping too lower from 24, maybe 22. Maybe. right? And I could see Brunson anywhere in that 25 to 29 range, right? So, in my opinion, I don't think Brunson needs to average that much, for us to win, or even Randle needs to average that much because the team is so good, right? You have a lot of score. Then you got Dante who can give you 15. He may not give you that off the bench, but he's somebody that could put points in the buckets, right? We haven't seen Deuce McBride. We haven't seen Deuce in extended minutes off the bench and seeing what he can do, right? We haven't seen that yet, right? So it's a lot of offense there, but I don't think Randle or Brunson have to have career high numbers for this team to be successful. Let's see what you guys talking about in the chat before I continue cooking. Because this is a chat. I don't want to just ramble because I could do that for an hour. Let's see. OGO got over 200 million. What makes you think Randle hasn't earned it? Yo, all right. So look, for the Randle people, right? Julius Randle already turned down, I believe it was like $70 million. Remember he gave us that hometown discount? Randle technically already gave us a hometown discount. And an argument can be made that Randle giving us the discount is what led us to getting Jalen Brunson. An argument could be made that that is the case because he left a lot of money on the table. We knew RJ was coming, but he was still on a rookie contract. All those guys, Obi, IQ, all those guys was on rookie scale contracts. I mean, Fourier's contract was coming off the books, right? Randle kind of helped that situation a little bit. If you really, I think that they would have found a way to bring Brunson regardless of the sacrifice, but I do think it helped. Maybe this time around, and here's another question, Randle is like, I already sacrificed my money. I already, how much more you want me to sacrifice? I'm a 3-time All-Star, 2-time All-NBA. Y'all want me to sign for 155, but to the man's point, comment, credit to him in the comment, where he said that OG Anunoby's getting the $200 million. And it's only been on one All-NBA defensive team. Julius Randle, accolades. Do I really want to take shorter money than a guy who is younger, but who hasn't, and like I said, and I said this on before, I don't think you have any beef or rifts amongst the players. But I will say this, because I watch Roommates Podcast. Salute to the Roommates Podcast. You know what I mean? To everybody who watched that. And I did see Jalen Brunson's eyes sort of light up a little bit when they were talking about OG Anunoby's money. And when I saw that, I was like, oh, man, I think Brunson going to want to get the bag because he's like, yo. And maybe Brunson doesn't think like this. I'm telling you what I would think. All right? I'm telling you what I would think. I just had one of the best seasons in Knicks history. I put up record-breaking numbers. We went over some of the records before. I did things in 2 years that many Knicks have never done. Had us on the brink of going to an Eastern Conference Finals with guys who wouldn't even start at the beginning of the season. And you guys want me to sign for a discount? I thought that, that might creep in, but clearly Jalen Brunson is that dude. Salute to he is him. Salute to JB Smooth, the Brunson burner. He doesn't think that way. And that's why, off rip, I did the poll earlier today, and I'll get into the results a little later, but I think that Jalen Brunson is a top 5 leader or rip. And somebody said, well, there's no way for us to be able to quantify leadership. I tell you what, based on what we do see, Jalen Brunson sacrifice for his guys because it directly impacts one of his guys for sure. And clearly, you could argue that he did it for Randle too, because him taking less leaves more money on the table for Randle to grab up. But it's just a lot more questions. Before I continue, let me see where we at in the chat, y'all. Salute to the chat, man. Y'all live tonight. For sure, man. Let me see. Let me make sure I'm interacting, man. Quiet money surprise. Randle will be the number 1 option, and he will lead the team in scoring, rebounding. It's possible. For the Randle lights, it's possible. I could see that happening, him leading the team in points and rebounds, because I feel like, and this is real talk, Jalen Brunson's going to have to be more of a point guard. Because you have a lot of guys on the team who feed off of him. Randle's back now. So Randle, he needs his touches. He's got to abuse the pick and roll with Mitchell Robinson. By the way, Mitchell Robinson is a really good pick and roll lob threat. They got to work. I need Brunson and Mitch in that gym working on pick and roll lobs all day, all day, all day. Mitch could easily average 10 points a game. Like 6 on offensive rebounds, and then 4, basically 2 lob dunks a game. Mitch could easily do it. So if you turn Mitch into a double-digit scorer, and it's more than possible, Randle does what he does, I could see Brunson being more of a facilitator, but being that guy down the stretch that takes the last shot. I could very well see that happening. But to bring it back to Randle, it really puts us in the situation not signing Julius Randle. Now, I will say this. Maybe the offer that is on the table, right? Randle might need more time. Maybe Randle's really, he wants more time to think if he wants to also make another sacrifice. And to answer the question earlier, too, I'm not sure if I completely answered it. I do want to say this. Randle deserves every penny of that 4-year, $181 million. Every penny, he deserves it. Now, playoffs, okay. Playoffs wasn't the greatest. But Karl-Anthony Towns is making that same money, more than that. And he hasn't had the playoffs either. So I don't think you make money off your playoff performance unless you win a championship. I don't think no one cares about shortcomings in the playoffs, right? Especially if you ball out during the regular season. When's the last time you seen a star player make less because he didn't do well in the playoffs? You don't really see that. Joel Embiid, right? He hasn't done nothing in the playoffs. He still got his bag, right? There's plenty of more guys you can see getting bags regardless of the playoffs, especially if they're young in their mid-20s, the late 20s. No one cares about playoffs, bro. Lauri Markkanen, another factor in this whole thing. He signed for what? 5 years, $228? What has he done? He's only made one All-Star team. Hasn't even been in the playoffs. No one cares about playoffs. Let's see. So yeah, to all the Randleites, I'm objective. I'm giving you your points, your solid points, right? Let me see. I got more questions though, man. I wrote down like 8 questions. Right? I kind of went through some of them. Let me see. I just don't want to make sure I'm missing any questions because this is This is interesting, man. I really thought that we were going to have our moment where it's like everybody resigns. I really thought, I really believed it. And the most interesting part is that we got no news, right? No news. And no word on, okay, both sides are mulling it over. I haven't seen that. I haven't seen no, yeah, Leon Rose went back and, they reconfiguring. I haven't seen none of that. It's like silence. And then timing, right? You name Jalen Brunson to be captain. Right? You name him captain. Which I think is the right move. I'm just saying, like, how it looks to the fans is like, yeah, Randle didn't sign, y'all. He didn't sign. And then Jalen Brunson's captain. Now, you know what? I'm a because there's more I want to pack with this Randle stuff, but I'm gonna jump ahead a little bit. The last captain, right, that we've had on this team was Courtney Lee and Lance Thomas, who, by the way, were co-captains, y'all. How many of you guys remember those days? I mean, it wasn't that long ago, about 6-7 years ago. Lance Thomas may have averaged 5 points. Courtney Lee got traded in the middle of the year. Yo, like, what the? Those are some terrible Knick days. So you're trying to tell me that Lance Thomas and Courtney Lee could be named team captains, but Julius Randle can't be team captain? Now, granted, and I'm going to get to Brunson and captain in a second, but Brunson is the captain of the team. Don't get that twisted. I'm talking about before Brunson. I'm talking about 2020, 2023. Or 2022, rather, right? Because that's Brunson's first year was 2022, 23. Why wasn't Randle named captain? Because when Randle first signed his first deal, he got the most money. So Randle was the guy. When they drafted R.J. Barrett, right, alongside Randle, first year it was Randle's team, right? For sure, guaranteed. Second year, same thing, Randle's team, right? That's why that's when Tibbs first got there. That's when he was the most improved, all the accolades, right? And RJ was still developing, right? Third year, which is the year which is kind of like the year, I hate to say it, but I'm gonna say it. RJ Barrett was made to be the man of that team. That year they didn't make the playoffs. They tried to give RJ the ball. They tried to make him the man. And they failed miserably. I'm not going to put it all on RJ. I think they didn't have the point guard. The point guard position was weak. Kemba Walker didn't even last a whole year, right? It was kind of crazy. So it didn't work out. But during that time, if Lance Thomas and Courtney Lee can be captain, why wasn't Randle named captain? Because I'm going to tell you right now, it's too late. I mean, unless you're going to do co-captains, which they couldn't do. They could do co-captains. But typically, if they do co-captains, it's not after one guy becomes captain and the other guy, like, oh, he signs, now no, it don't work like that. Typically, you name your captain. That's why we tomorrow, I believe, at 2 p.m. Is it 2 p.m., Sam? What time is it? I think they got the press conference tomorrow at 2 p.m. My man Sam knows. He put it in the Discord. So that's my question, right? It makes you feel as though a trade is looming. I mean, it really does. It makes you feel as though, and the Knicks will never admit this, right? That there could be some trouble in the negotiation. Not that there's trouble in paradise, because salute to Julius Randle. I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys saw on the Twitter, the Knicks, they showed the screenshot of Julius Randle big up in Jalen Brunson for being captain. So all those people that thought this was gonna be a beef video, oh yeah, first off, salute to me, because I don't have to make up content like that. My thumbnail was in response to the chattering that's going on from the Randleites. Because Randle is the last bipolar figure on the Knicks. He's the last one that remains. A lot of you guys are in a lot of forums and things like that. You remember Frank Ntilikina, right? You remember even RJ Barrett. Like, certain players have this cult following amongst the team, right? And it's cool, but it's like when it becomes like this, like crazy, like over exaggerated, I think it's just annoying to see, right? So that's why I did this title, because I'm seeing people saying, Randle should have been captain, or Randle should be captain too. I think the reason why Randle didn't get captain with Jalen Brunson is because he didn't sign. Right? And to be honest, even if he did sign, I don't think he would get the captain. I think that they wanted to give Jalen Brunson the keys. That's what I believe. Look at the moves they've been making. The Knicks tell you how they feel in the move. I mean, they went all out for Mikal Bridges. 5 first-round picks for a guy who's never even been an all-star. I'm not knocking the trade, by the way. It's a great trade. I don't care about the picks. I'm just saying. That was for Brunson and the Knicks, but for Brunson. Because they could have traded for anybody else. You got that many picks, they could have got anybody. Paul George. So these moves are for Brunson. Let's not even front. Let's not act like it's not the case. Listen, at this rate, I wouldn't be surprised if Ryan Arcidiacono gets the last spot on the team. I went there. Ryan Arcidiacono, where are you? Calling Ryan. He's the last Nova boy remaining. Wildcat, yes. He's the last one. I just thinking about Julius Randle, though, like, it's just so many questions. Let me see what you guys talking about in the chat. Let's see. Coach said Randle looking for $47 million, but for us, he isn't. I don't know if that's what Coach. I don't know if that's what Randle's looking for, because where's the report saying that? Where's the report saying that? Matter of fact, let's do this. Let's jump back into research mode, y'all. I don't, and by the way, I don't go by rinky-dink blogs and what they say. I mean, at this point, guys, they struggling to get clicks and views, so they're just writing anything, right? Let's see. I'm going to type in Julius Randle, and I'm going to type in news, right? Because I haven't seen that he wants that much money. Now, Coach, you could be right. I just haven't seen it. Let's see. Sporting News. Let's see. They said they got an insider. They said they got an insider that doubtful of the extension. Let's see. If Randle wants to sign a contract with the Knicks, he has some sort of discount. Let's see what insider they got. However, the max contract is complicated beyond Randle's tricky on-court fit. What tricky on-court fit? This is why I don't like reading news. These alternative news. Like, what tricky on-court fit? What are they talking about, bro? I think that the number, that's not going to happen. Mark said of Randle's max, even with the salary cap rising, It's hard for me to extend him at the 4 for 181. Why not? Now, I'm not saying that Randle is as accomplished as Paul George, but bro, Paul George got 5-year, $200 million at 34 years old, bro. Huh? What are we talking about? Julius Randle is the most pure power forward in basketball, bro. Let's see. That compromise can go a number of ways. One idea Mark suggests would be for Randle to play out the season, opt into his $30.9 million contract, not happening. Then extend his extension from there, not happening. Randle he's not doing another year at that $30.9 million, not happening, unless they win a championship and Randle's like, if we win in championships, maybe. But I doubt he's going to do that. And look, Paul George signed 4 years, $212. I said 5 years. 4 years, $212. All right? So I'm just saying, I'm not saying he's as accomplished career-wise as Paul George, bro. But where's the report saying that Randle wants too much money, y'all? This is the news. I read the news every day. Look, I'll do past week. You got all these insiders. Who are these insiders? Saying what? What are they talking about? Knicks said Julius respect the contract and negotiation. Nothing there. Nothing there. Very quiet. Now I will say this: the quiet is a good thing. Quiet is a good thing. Let me see what you guys. I'm behind on the chat. Let me see where you guys at. Let's see. You ever see a talented player that just wasn't a leader on the floor? I don't hate Randle, the person, but Randle, the player, isn't that guy. Okay, well, I'm gonna say this, and I think part of what you're saying is the reason why he wasn't named team captain. I'm gonna give you that. I think that's part of the reason why because he even said it himself, and I said it too. I got a video talking about Randle's leadership. Randle is not a let me galvanize the troops, talk to you kind of guy. Randle is a guy who is like, all right, I'm going to put up 25 and 10, follow my lead. Watch, he's a lead by example. I'm going to go to practice early. I'm going to stay after. I'm going to take an extra 500 shots. That's Randle, right? He's not somebody who's vocal like Brunson. Brunson's going to tell you what to do. We should do it like this, diplomatic with it. Randle is like, I'm just going to do what I have to do and you follow me. So yes, I do see that. But I think with Brunson being the clear captain, I think Leon Rose, Randle, everybody, we want to see how it looks. Now, here's the thing. More questions, right? Or more not even just questions. I'm going to say this. This could play out a lot of ways, y'all. I'm just letting you know this can play out a lot of ways. So on the negative side, if Randle is not playing well, season starts, he's just not playing well. He's not at an all-star level. Instantly, his trade value drops, plummets. Now, when you do the Randle trade, you're going to get less back. Now, we're going to have to consider one of these deals, right? We're going to have to consider one of these, what's the name? Lance Jr., right? Nance Jr. We're going to have to do one of those deals, right? We're going to have to hit up the Warriors. Hey, can you send us Draymond Green? You're going to have to go get the Robert Williams III, who's another Mitchell Roberts. I mean, this kid always gets hurt, right? Even a Nurk, I could never say Nurk, no. But that's the deal you're going to be looking to make. Hurt his trade value. Another thing too, you got Randle in there. It's not going well. Team is losing. Now the team, Now it's impacting the team's success. What do we do now? Of course, it's always in Leon Rose we trust, and of course, I'm optimistic. I think that the Knicks are going to do well. Here's the other side of the coin. If the Knicks do well, first seed, Brunson All-Star, Randle All-Star, and you ain't got that contract signed, that money goes up next year. I'm not sure what it goes up to. Now you're going to have to pay Randle more. Now that 4-year, 180 would look really good if Randle was balling out and you got him locked up. Oh man, that contract gonna look really good. Like, man, we got Brunson and Randle. That man balls out, and you don't got him under contract. Now you got a guy who's going to be worth more in a trade scenario where you're going to still get less. And honestly, it's going to be even harder to get equal value. That's why you got to sign Randle. That's why I'm actually hopeful that the deal gets done early in the season. Maybe, all right, let me go. Oh, that's what y'all want to do? Give me 2 weeks to mull it over, right? Maybe he signs the deal within 2 weeks. Maybe he just waits until training camp. But if that contract is not signed by the season, it's a lot that can happen on both sides. And I'm more on the optimistic side because I believe in the Knicks. I believe that we have at least the second best team in the East. At least. Hell, we might even have the best team in the East. Got to see how it looks, though. And I'm not a delusional Knicks fan. We got Boston there. But let me see what you guys talking about in the chat. He's not a guy you build around. Okay. Conversations are lit. Quiet money, these fans are delusional. You know what? I agree. I don't know who you calling delusional. I'm just saying I do agree that Knicks fans are delusional. We have the most delusional Knicks fans out there. It's a big fact. Randle didn't make it to the playoffs with Alfred. Right, yeah, Bodega Wi-Fi. Randle, he definitely, and salute to you, Bodega Wi-Fi. But Randle definitely made the playoffs, right? The problem is, and this is what the Randle detractors are going to say, he didn't play well. I give him the pass only because it was his first playoffs, and the team wasn't all of that, right? The team wasn't all of that. You had Reggie Bullock, Alfred Payton. I mean, I think they did get Derrick Rose that year, right? Yeah, we did get Derrick Rose, but he wasn't even starting. Yeah, that team just wasn't it. It wasn't it. It just wasn't. But he did take that team to the playoffs, right? R.J. Barrett, of course. But yeah, I mean, nah. And I think, wasn't Mitch hurt in the playoffs again? I think Mitch was hurt in the playoffs too. Because they had Nerlens Noel out there. Yeah. You have to give Randle credit for that. Definitely do. I'm saying he should have been captain. Like, we wouldn't even be having this conversation if Randle was named captain a long time ago. For whatever reason, you know what I honestly believe from the bottom of my heart is this. Because remember, that first year, R.J. Barrett and Randle was there. That was Mills and Perry's one-year reign, right? 1.5 years, because with Phil, bought out, whatever. That was a blur. But it was a very short reign, right? And then Leon Rose came in. And I honestly believe because RJ and Randle wasn't his guy, I don't think that there was an emphasis on captains. Also, I do also believe that because there's a rumor about this that Dolan promised. I mean that Rose promised Dolan that he would bring a star to New York. And remember, you already have RJ and Randle there. So maybe in their mind, we were going to always get somebody who was better than them. Not that necessarily you're going to trade them, and that guy will be the captain, which is Jalen Brunson. That's more than likely why there wasn't even a captain during those gaps in time frames like I pointed out earlier. Let's see what you guys talking about. Yo, Quiet Money, I'm with you. First of all, salute to Quiet Money. He says losing isn't even an option, right? Or ain't an option, right? And I'm with you. Losing is not an option. I'm just being objective, y'all. And I highlighted, I'm optimistic. I think we're going to do well. I think the latter of the scenario where the team is doing well and Randle's doing well. Because for me, a realistic scenario will not be the team doing well, Randle doing bad. Randle might have a slow struggle like he did in the beginning, but he's going to turn it up. In order for this team to do well, Randle has to do well. And well may not be 25 and 10. Well could be 22 and 12 or 22 and 11. It don't have to be more points. It has to be more wins. That's where I hit. That's all that matters at the end of the day. I don't care about if Brunson averages 20 points. I don't care. I need more wins, period. That's all that matters. The All-Stars, great, right? We need to lock up that at least the second seed. And we need to get to that Eastern Conference Finals. And Randle needs to have a good playoffs. He needs to have a good playoffs. Now that I think about it, this video, I kind of was a little easy on Randle. I thought this video was going to be a little crazy towards Randle. But I find myself defending him more than I am. I'm not tearing him down. He's just not the captain of the team. Jalen Brunson is the captain of the team. And I'm going to get into my reasons why in a second. Let me see what the chat is. Chat going. Salute to the chat, by the way, y'all. You guys like this time frame? I'm thinking that this might be the level-headed Knicks talk time frame. Wednesdays at 9:30. I got to talk to Maxine. Maxine, if you in the building, let me know. Do you like this time frame, guys? Because this time frame actually is a good time for me. I'm a night owl. I'm not a morning guy. Listen, guys, I wake up at 12:30 sometimes, So when you see the posts come out early morning, I schedule them. I don't, I'm not an early riser like that. I'm a vampire. I'm up late. And I like this 9:30 time slot. I think we're going to rock out to at this time. But let me see what you guys talking about. Chat is lit. Maybe the Randle frustration was a result of him trying to lead. I don't know. I don't know. Quiet Money. Thank you for fact checking me. Mitch was definitely out. That team was it. I'm not gonna say the team was Wait, me not talking about the playoff team. I think you are talking about the playoff team. I wouldn't say the playoff team was trash. I'm just gonna say they weren't that good, right? I know we were the 4th seed, but we did better when we had Brunson when we was the 5th seed. Yeah, that 4th seed. That seeding in the playoffs is smoke and mirrors. That don't mean nothing. Can we define the title captain? What does it actually mean? Okay, yo, good. You know what? That's a great question, Sam. That's a great question. Because I got some flack. Matter of fact, Sam, let's segue. I'm gonna jump back into research mode. Because to piggyback off Sam's question, right? Somebody kind of came at me a little bit in the poll comment. Didn't get a chance to respond. I was crazy busy. But I'm going to say this. I'm going to put it up on the screen. Let me put it up on the screen. Wait, I'm in the wrong research mode. All right, cool. So you guys see it right here, right? I did this poll earlier today with the Knicks appointing Jalen Brunson as team captain, right? The first in 6 years. Do you believe that Brunson is among the top 5 leaders or captains in the entire league? And this poll didn't get a lot of votes like it normally gets. I'm just going to go to the comments. I don't even care. Well, let's see the results. I'm going to say yes. Of course, most of the majority of Knicks fans say yes. But look, salute to Dwayne. I'm not sure if you were in the chat, Dwayne, right? But salute to you. He said that team captain is team specific. How can you compare or measure when you don't know anything about the captains of the other teams? And he got the emoji shrug. And you know what? That's a fair point. I'm the objective fan. Yeah, I'm level-headed, right? Level-headed Knicks talk, right? I think that's a fair point, right? How do you even define what the leadership or captain role is? I'm gonna say what it is to me, right? I'm gonna say what it is to me, and you guys could agree or disagree. When I say a guy is a captain on the team, he is the guy who gets the last word, right? In a player only meeting, right? He's the guy who, he ignites the team. He galvanized the troops with team speeches, right? That's, to me, Brunson is that type of personality. He's somebody who is a team kind of guy, based on what I've seen, of course. Not in the locker room with the guys that, I'm not there yet. But based on what I see and just how he conducts himself, even on the podcast, to me, he's a high character guy who definitely, the greatest sacrifice. He puts his teammates first, right? And I think the next step, and this is why I wouldn't put Brunson in the top just yet, because we have to see if he can put guys in a position to be better. I hate when they say making players better. Oh, do you make players better? It's ridiculous. If you're on a good team, more than likely you're not going to play better. You're going to play less than what you play on a team that's not that good. So I don't really get into do he make players better? I'm going to say, is he getting the most out of his guys in circumstances where you need these guys to step up? Perfect example. Jalen Brunson in the playoffs, right? He was double teamed, triple teamed. They try to send everybody at him. And him putting guys in position to make shots. Because when you get double teamed in the league, right? A lot of guys don't know how to play out of the double team. And when you're playing out of the double team, passing out of the double team, making decisions out of the double team, right? Do you put your guys in position? Are you able to make plays for other guys? Not that you're necessarily making them better. I don't like that. These guys are professional athletes. You ain't got to make nobody better. But corner threes, are you getting OG his corner threes, right? Randle, he wants it in his spot. He likes to face up in the mid-high post. I want to see more pick and roll. I would love to see more pick and roll between Randle and Brunson. They got to work on that. But Randle likes to get the ball there, right? Mitchell Robinson wants touches. He wants, are we giving him enough Gotham lobs, right? These are things I need to see more of Brunson to really assess what it means for him to be the captain or a good captain or what it is to be a captain. We need to see it. And also the pressure. Given the responsibility, how do you perform under that pressure? Are you going to crack? I don't think Brunson has that cracking in him. I think Brunson is somebody who rises to the top. And he's a champion. He's somebody who come in, he's won 2 college championships. Not too many guys even win 1. And he was a lead dog on those teams. He wasn't just a guy on the teams. He was actually somebody who was a factor. And matter of fact, if you haven't, go watch some of those tapes from Jalen Brunson in college. He's doing the same things he's doing now he was doing in college. Posting dudes up. It was just nasty. It was just nasty. He was nasty. So, Sam, off the rip, I'm not sure if that works for you, Sam. But to me, that's what I think. Okay. Oh, Maxine, let us know in the chat. Yeah, do you? Okay, Maxine, do you like it? I like the time. I think this is a good time. Come on, guy. Coach is right. Jalen Brunson. Okay. Coach is talking about Brunson. I ain't see that. Let's see. We can't have Randle spinning around the perimeter like the 5 heartbeats. Oh, yeah. Oh, by the way, salute to Knicks will be champs in 2005, 2025, 26. That guy has the best YouTube nickname on YouTube. Definitely. In terms of Randle spinning, less Randle spinning, yes. And I think with the spacing, Mikal Bridges shooting about 37, 38% from three. We know OG's 40+% from corners. That spacing is going to be so good. And look, remember, when they went on that run, 12-2, 12-1, wherever it was, they were balling, and the spacing was just so good. And Mikal and Dante, I know Dante is more stretching the floor than Mikal, but Mikal can stretch it too. So there's going to be a lot more opportunity for guys to, score in their sweet spots, right? We know OG likes to operate out the corner. He can slash. He's going to cut. There's going to be a lot of backdoor opportunities for OG. Mikal does the same thing. Mikal was doing it. All you got to do is just watch Mikal. Just watch a game with Mikal Bridges in Phoenix, and you'll see how he was playing off the ball. I did that. I went back to his Phoenix days to really see, how Mikal was playing in a lesser role. So I think that is going to be less, definitely less ISOs, more meaningful. And even if they do get ISOs, it's going to be more meaningful than what it normally is. I just think the spacing is going to be so incredible that everybody's going to have a good field goal percentage, right? Let's see. Oh, salute to still Knicks fans in the building, by the way. Still Knicks fans. Yo, that man, he has some really good content. I connected with him on TikTok. Definitely salute to still Knicks fans. This is Level-Headed Knicks Talk. To anybody that's new to the program, this is Level-Headed Knicks Talk. It's a show where we have really good conversations. We pick out a couple of topics. Right now, we're talking about Julius Randle, him not signing the contract. Does it necessarily mean he's going to be traded? We kind of talked about that. Now we talked a little bit more about Jalen Brunson, right? Why he was named team captain over Julius Randle. We talked about how interesting it was Julius Randle did not receive the captain honor before Brunson got there. I just thought that was kind of interesting. Typically each and every year going back for the longest, there was always a team captain. You might have had a couple of years where there wasn't, but team captain was a normal thing that we've seen. And for Randle not to get it, kind of went over some reasons why he probably didn't get it. Just interesting stuff, right? So that's what we're talking about. Let's see. Yeah, Bodega Wi-Fi, he's lit. Knicks will be champ says the game changes when a player has teammates that are effective in intangibles. At the intangibles, the combination of Hart, Mikal, Brunson, OG will make Randle less dependent on hero ball. Facts. Like, the thing about it is, when you look at the Boston Celtics, right? They have kind of the same makeup. You can't double anyone on Boston. That's the same way the Knicks is constructed right now. Clearly, you could see we were influenced by how Boston built their team, and we said we're gonna go with these big wings that could defend too, right? And they can spread the floor, and they're effective on the offensive end. So yes, Knicks will be champs. The offense is going to be a lot smoother. All of that Randle spinning in the double teams, it's going to be hard to double us. I mean, it's going to be. I just can't wait to see it. Because you're going to have to double Randle and you're going to have to double Brunson. But you can't because we got efficient three-point shooters that are going to light you up. You got a center that can, he moves well in the dunker spot, right? And I want to see 10 points a game from Mitchell Robinson. He could get 6 off offensive rebounds because he's going to get at least 4 offensive rebounds a game, right? And if he could get 2 lobs a game, right? 2 nice little easy touches off pick and rolls, it's possible. The offense is going to be so efficient, man. I think we can honestly be top 5 in offense and definitely top 5 defense. But I also think the offense can perform at a top 5 level, even though we kind of not a fast-paced team. I think partially part of the reason why is because we do get a lot of offensive rebounds. And then when we get a lot of offensive rebounds, sometimes we don't go right back up. Sometimes we like to reset the offense. So it kind of slows down the game a little bit. But I do think that, the offense will be more fluid. Let's see. Salute to Maxine. Maxine in the building. Modern, doing what she does. Was Melo a captain? I do believe, Melo was a captain. Hold on, I got the list here. Got the list somewhere. Hold on. Daily Knicks posted it. But Melo was a captain. Let me see if I get the list of the last. Hold on. I got the list right here. Give me a second. I got it on my notes. I don't got it on the computer. I know Daily Knicks posted it. Let's see. Notable Knicks captains. Yeah, so Melo was a captain. But, Lance Thomas, I can't get over that. Lance Thomas and Courtney Lee, I cannot get over that. Yeah, Melo was a captain. Yeah, we had captains almost every other year. I mean, you might have had a year without a captain, but we had captains all the time. So I just didn't understand why Randle wasn't captain. But yeah, Melo definitely was a captain, to answer your question. Remember what Melo did as a Knick. He was a scoring champ, right? They went to 3 playoffs. They won 54 games that one year. Melo did some things as a Knick. Could have did more, but Phil took over, and yeah, we see how that went. Even though Phil was a Knick, but never give a Laker a Knick job, because he really is a Laker. He had a lot more success as a Laker coach, and then he brought in these Lakers guys to run the team. I mean, it was like, what the hell are we doing? Triangle offense in New York City? Madness. You had Mike Woodson, who was having great success. But we digress. Let's see. You could run Randle with the second unit. Facts. I think that, yeah, it's possible. You could run, because they was doing that a little bit. Right when they traded RJ, I remember Randle getting a lot of that time. Then eventually they went to OG, getting that time at the 4th spot, like in the beginning of the second quarter. But I do remember, like, Randle, them trying to stagger the lineups a little bit. To me, it makes sense, because now you have. That's what most teams do. Like, they keep one of their star players on the floor, right? It just works out. I mean, and that's the reasoning for doing an 8-man, 9-man rotation. It's so you can keep, like Boston does it. Tatum or Brown is always on the floor. Only time you don't see those guys on the floor is if it's a blowout. And both of them kind of play with the second unit, right? Depends on how they feel. I've seen it both ways. I've seen Brown. Brown does get a lot of time with the second unit, because that's when he really gets his time to cook. But I've seen Tatum run with the second unit too. Especially in the third quarter. Let's see. Rowley came from the Lakers. Damn, that's a good point, Bodega Wi-Fi. Rowley did come from the Lakers. Okay, look. Rowley came from the Lakers, and look what he did. He left us at the altar. Just saying. It never works out with the Lakers guys. No, but Rowley was definitely, between him and Van Gundy, definitely, in my opinion, second best coaches in Knicks history. I think Tibbs is on their tail. Not there yet, but Tibbs is close. He's getting close. He needs a finals. If Tibbs gets to the finals, especially this upcoming season, he's up there with Rowley and Gundy. And he just signed his extension, so he's going to be here, so he's going to get more wins and possibly has a better chance of winning the championship too. Only because the way the Knicks are set up. So, yeah. He said, "Damn, I like him with the second unit." Yeah, I think that the second unit, you're gonna see one of them with this. More than likely, you're gonna see one of them with. But I know that they like to, and I think this is what's gonna be a key next year. We're gonna look for it. I think they want to play OG Anunoby the least amount of minutes, but maintain his not pretty much give him a nice minutes where he's effective, but we don't want him to overexert anything. So I see it like this. OG, 6-minute mark, he's out the game. Second quarter come, OG comes in to back up Randle. Randle Brunson plays the whole first quarter. Because that's what they started doing last season. So I think that's more realistically what they're gonna do. But to bring it back to Brunson, and why he was elected the captain over Randle, he signed the I mean, it's the most greatest sacrifice in NBA history. You don't see guys sacrificing $113+ million. That's not normal. That's not, we seen guys sacrifice 50. We seen guys sacrifice a little bit of money, right? Years, but that money that Brunson sacrificed. For me, it showed me that he's all in. He's all in. He wants to, win a championship with New York. Rumor had it, and these rumors came out before he signed. He wants to be a Knick for life. So, and this is what I felt. And you can't penalize Randle because he already sacrificed money. But if Randle, I honestly believe if Randle was able to sacrifice just take a little less, maybe 165 for 4, I think they would have signed him. Because we don't know what number wasn't the number. We didn't get that, right? But at the same time, it could be, I don't know. I think Randle's going to sign, you. I'm trying to be objective, but I really believe he's going to sign because it only makes sense for him to sign. Right? Is he at the 10-year mark? Hold on. Is Randle at the 10-year mark? Let's see. Because I do know once you get to year 10, that's when you could get the real big bag. That's when you could get the real big. Let's see. Let's pull up his stats. 1, 2. Oh, yeah, he's in the 10th year. So you see, all right, guys. Now, Jalen Brunson, right? When his contract is up, when he could sign for more, like his extension, his next one is at that 10-year mark. The 10-year mark is very important because you get the 10-year veteran max extension, which is way more money. Now, we know CAA Mafia, right? Randle's a part of that. Was it a scenario where they said, hey, Randle, take less now, we're going to take care of you later? Is this one of those scenarios, y'all? Because he's at the 10-year mark. I don't know, y'all. This is this is tough. He's at that 10-year. Oh, I'm sorry. You can't see it. I don't got the thing. Okay, hold on. I was in research mode the whole time. I couldn't see it. I was looking at this right here. He's at the 10-year mark. See that? So we're talking about big money as a veteran. Was he promised money? Is that the reason why? I said this left us with more questions than answers. Oh, Sam, you said you like RJ. I couldn't see RJ's name. You like RJ with the second unit. I'm going to keep it real, Sam. I was an R.J. Barrett fan. I was an R.J. Barrett, not fan. I try not to be a fan of players. I'm going to say I supported R.J. Barrett a little more than I would support Knicks players because he also went to Duke. I'm also a Duke fan. Don't shoot me. Don't be mad. So I was happy to see him come to the Knicks, especially as a Duke guy. That's my school. But even though RJ is he's definitely the better scorer, I think OG Anunoby's the better player. Because I think OG can give you something on the offensive end, and he's way better defensively. And he fits in the system. I felt like RJ collided with Randle and Brunson. It was a collision because all lefties, all guys that need the ball in their hands. You know, you take one of those guys out the system, the ball moves freely. RJ was good with the second unit, though. I will say that, but I don't miss him. Knicks will be champs 25-26. You could run with the Knicks, 3 shooters around them, and Josh Hart. That would give Randle space to pass it out. Facts. Facts. Definitely. I mean, even if Randle's with the second unit, they all shooters. The whole team is shooters. Hell, even Precious could knock down an open 3. It's a fact. Walter White, salute to Walter White in the building. He says, I don't see it as a sacrifice. Alarm going off. I don't see it as a sacrifice. He took the money that was on the table, a bird in the hand. Well, I'm gonna tell you, I think it was. You know what? Hold on. Let's put it up on the screen. Let's pull it up on the screen because it technically was a sacrifice because at the time when he signed the contract, he was balling, y'all. He was definitely balling. And it was a lot of money on the table. Hold on. Julius Randle. Extension. We're going to put it up on the screen because you need to see how much money he turned down. Extension in 2020, right? That was 2020? That was Randle to the 3rd year. All right. I think this might be a good article right here. Sporting News. A max contract, right? Brunson, hold on. 25-26. Randle's free agent marketplace is scenario. Free agents rarely get big paydays. Paul George, right? All right, hold on. I just saw it. All right, Randle wants such a good deal because he's entering the 3rd year of a 4-year, $117 million extension. Right? See how they look how they describe this, y'all. See, I ain't making it up. Randle has good reason to want such a deal. He's entering the 3rd year of a 4-year, $117 million extension he signed in 2021, which has turned into a team-friendly deal. See that? A team-friendly deal, meaning that he sacrificed money. Let me see if I can get another article on that. Let me see, 2021. I ain't making it up. Let's see. He then signed. Hold on. Let me see what this says. He then signed a 4-year extension and thing. But they're not saying whether or not it was a thing. Hold on. Let's back out. I got to get an article from that time period. So we could. All right. Hold on. There we go. ESPN to the rescue. Pow. Hold on. Back out. So Randle, he signed the 4-year, 117, right? Notice his agents, y'all. Aaron Mintz, Steve Human of CAA Sports. See that? See that? He signed that, 117. Now, maybe these guys, CAA Mafia, told him, hey, yo, we're going to take care of you when this deal is over. And Randle's like, yo, look at this. Randle could have waited for his contract to expire next season and signed a new, how much? $200 million deal. Right? But extending his current $19 million salary for the 2022 season gave the Knicks financial flexibility to shape the roster and allows him to commit through the prime of his franchise and city that he adores. He sacrificed, y'all. I didn't make this up. This is ESPN from 2021. All right? This is Woj. See what he did? He could have waited and signed a $200 million deal. He did not do that. Just saying. All right? I'm just saying. Could you give you Randle 2 years, $90 million? They could do it. The only problem the Knicks will be champs is that does Randle want a 2-year deal? See, we don't know. Like, it's a mystery. Like, this situation leaves us with so much question. And I'm really hoping it ends with him signing something, even if it's 3 years. Just Knicks says, pay Randle. I'm with you. Just Knicks. I am with you. I think Randle should be paid. Salute. Oh, Dwayne Dennis. Oh, by the way, salute to you, Dwayne. I talked about your comment earlier. I kind of addressed it. Salute to Dwayne Dennis in the building. You was talking about how can we measure the intangibles of captains because, we don't know what's going on for each and every team and things of that nature. And I said, Dwayne, that we could honestly do it based off of what we can see. Brunson sacrificed for the team, right? We know he's a galvanizer of men, right? He's somebody that's more vocal, that's willing to talk to you. He's willing to build with you. He's willing to be that team guy. You could tell his energy from his podcast, right? How well are the guys doing? Like, how well is the team doing, right? Team success. He's a floor general. He's a point guard. He's bringing up the ball, right? He's making decisions. He's making plays. I mean, last year, he was the only playmaker they had. Everybody played off him. That's why it was crazy to see them do what they did against Philly and Indiana. Even though we didn't win the series, we should have won the series, but the whole action was running through Brunson. So I'm saying based on the things that we can see, right? We know LeBron is a leader. LeBron is the best leader in the NBA. I don't think I need to go to a Laker practice to see that. The team is not having the greatest success now because they don't got the greatest team. But we did see LeBron win a championship, even if it was a bubble championship. They won it, right? And, okay, even another example. Look at the World Cup, right? The NBA Cup, They won the NBA Cup, right? I thought it was kind of crazy how they go so hard for an NBA Cup, but when it came time to the playoffs, they kind of faltered. They failed. But LeBron galvanized the troops. If you don't think that was LeBron pushing the Lakers to win that World Cup, I don't know what you think it is, right? I feel like Steph Curry, he's a leader, but I feel like his style is basically, based on what I could see, I could be wrong, but based on what I could see, he's more of a lead by example kind of guy. I feel like Draymond is kind of more of the vocal leader, if you ask me, just based off how Draymond carries himself, how he conducts himself, right? But when you look at some of the leaders in the league, right, Chris Paul is a leader. To me, he's not a top player anymore, but I'm telling you right now, San Antonio Spurs is at least making the play-in. And they might make the playoffs because I think Chris Paul is going to bring so much out of those guys from a leadership standpoint. So leadership is something you can see. That's what I'm trying to say. Yes, we're not in the practice. and it's a fair point. We're not there to compare leadership, but from what we can see, we can talk about. That's all, Dwayne. I know you was coming for me. I like it. I love the smoke, by the way. Feel free to disagree with me. I'm not gonna block you, right? I'm not gonna time you out. As long as you're not disrespectful. If you are disrespectful, I will block you. I'm not tolerating no disrespect, no ad hom attacks. We can disagree in this chat. A lot of you guys are debating in the chat. That's fantastic. That's great. But we're gonna keep it respectful. But I want the smoke. And I'm going to be able to address it, but I will never call you out your name. I don't have to call people out the name. This channel is entertaining and exciting just by having level-headed Knicks talk. That's why you come to this channel, because you know I'm going to break it down. I'm going to get to the bottom of it. We're going to ask questions, right? If this is your first time on the channel, definitely subscribe to this channel. I think I'm, 5 subs away from 900, y'all? If you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button, y'all. Hit that like button so more Knicks fans can check this out. We cooking tonight. Let's talk. Let's see. Julius Randle needs to get paid, but hopefully it's a team-friendly contract. Still, Knicks fans, I'm riding with you, right? But the man already took a team-friendly deal. I just showed it. What do you guys want? Especially, listen, if that man was promised he was going to be taken care of, you got to take care of him. I'm sorry. It's CAA Mafia, right? I don't know, y'all. I don't know. I do think, though, still Knicks fans, I think that you are right. In theory, but that's what a leader would do, is you would take another team-friendly contract, but when are you going to pay me? Because he's only getting older. He's in his 10th year. So that has to really be rectified. When does he deserve to get the bag? Because he deserves to get the bag, too. Agreed, OJ is better than RJ. OG is better than RJ. That's a fact. I'll say it again, pay the man. I'm with you, Sam. Remember the goal, right? And this is what still Knicks fans was heading towards. We have that second apron that is nasty work, y'all. I'm telling you right now, that second apron, you do not want to be there. We went through countless examples on pods. Minnesota has to pay, their payroll is $400 million. About 220 of it is players' salaries. The other $179-something million is all luxury tax, second apron penalty. So who cares about money, right? These guys are billionaires, right? Second apron also comes with certain restrictions. You don't get the mid-level exception. That gets cut, right? You get a exception of $5 million that you could sign a free agent towards, right? Only one free agent, $5 million. That's it, right? To make trades, we already went through the difficulty to make trades. Not only do you have to match salary, you also have to match players. No aggregate, so you can't do 3 for 1. It has to be 3 for 3, 2 for 2. Those deals are harder to make. San Antonio, Minnesota, they having a hard time building their team. They lost some key guys. They did draft the kid. I can't remember who they drafted. He's nice. The kid that Minnesota drafted, I like him. But that's the only way you could build now. Hopefully getting somebody for $5 million to take less, or rookies. And now they want to trade, rumors. I don't know how true it is, but they want to trade Towns. Good luck. Good luck getting off that $51 million. Not every team has players that conveniently matches that mark. Bodega said he sacrificed and they signed Fournier and Kemba. Yes. But Fournier and Kemba, and technically Bodega Wi-Fi, they also got Brunson too. That sacrifice helped them get Brunson too. It's going to, because remember, Kemba, when they got Kemba, Bodega Wi-Fi, remember, he was on a minimum deal. Dwayne Dennis says it's going to be an exciting year for this team. With Julius Randle, he earned it. I just hope we stay healthy. I'm going to say this. The only players that you have to worry about is OG and Mitch. OG and Mitch, I'm letting you guys know right now, they're going to get hurt. Expect it. Embrace it. It's going to hurt. It's going to feel bad. Those guys getting hurt. I don't want them to get hurt. I'm just telling you, every year they get hurt. The goal is hopefully they don't get hurt in the playoff time. Especially Mitch, because you ain't really got a center right now as the team is constructed. That could change. says the plot thickens. Yes, it does. Randle's best shot to win a ring as a core member next 2 years. Giving Randle 2 years, 90, gives him the flexibility. Yeah, I mean, I'm with you. Knicks will be champs. I'm with you. Listen, if this was NBA 2K and you could just tell the players what you want them to sign, but we don't know what Randle was told. We don't know what Randle was told in 2021 when he signed that extension. We really have no clue. And I think that because it's all CAA mafia, that's why it's so quiet. That's why we're not getting no details. Because how you going to leak out? Like, typically when there's, like, trouble in paradise, you leak out the information. Oh, yeah, the Knicks ain't paying, right? The Knicks ain't doing. You can't do that when it's CAA on CAA. And, you know, Leon Rose, you know, his son running the show. That's his old company, right? I mean, it's cahoots, possibly, right? I don't care, right? That's politics. But the point is, because they had that relationship, if there is some turmoil, you're not going to know about it. I'm just letting you know right now. There's no way for us to know. But yeah, I do think the 2-year deal will be great. But look, this is his 10th year, y'all. He's due for that 10-year veteran max, y'all. He's due for it. Maybe that's why he doesn't want to sign the extension. Maybe he wants to go get another All-NBA, another All-Star, get paid more next year. I don't know. CAA has got something up their sleeve. Of course. I mean, yeah, you know that. We traded IQ or RJ for OG. We got better. Trade Randle and Mitch for something better. Like what? So, White Falcon, you say trade Randle and Mitch for something better. On this channel, you got to say what's better. You said trade Randle and Mitch with picks for Gobert? Guys, how do you feel about that trade? He says trade Randle and Mitch for Rudy Gobert? The guy who got benched in the Olympics? Y'all trust playoff Randle and his health? No, he has to go. We mean playoff Randle and his health. He had 2 fluke injuries. That's not... All right, you can sprain your ankle easily. Anybody. That's not something that is like you injury prone. He dislocated his shoulder on a dirty play by Jaime Jaquez Jr. That was a dirty play, y'all. He in the air. You take a man out in the air. Dangerous play, bro. If that play doesn't happen, Randle more than likely doesn't get hurt. Randle's, if you look at his career games, I don't feel like pulling it up. I could. But he's averaging like 70 games plus as a Knick. Last year was the first time he missed that many games. Remember, he sprained his ankle towards the end of the year, y'all. That year, we played the Cavs in the playoffs. Still, Knick fans, I'm just saying Randle needs to get paid. But when I say team friendly, I mean if Randle's eligible for 5 years, 313, instead of he signs that 5 years, 250. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. I'm with you, still, Knicks fans. I think that's what it is, though. I think that's why that when you brought up that example just now, the 5 years, 313, he can literally wait till next year because he's going to be able to get more money. See what I'm saying? So if he waits next year, well, I guess he would have to opt in too, like the article said. I don't see that happening. I don't know. I still, Knick fans, it's a scenario that has me at the edge of my seat. Because what's going to happen? Right? I think Leon Rose and those guys are smart, and they know that if we allow Randle to go into the season and don't sign a contract and we win a championship, and if Randle gets finals MVP, we're going to be a second apron team. I just hope he makes all NBA pay the man Just Knicks. Just Knicks, I mean, we all want the man to get paid. No one here, well, I can't say that. there are a number of Randle haters, I'm going to say, out there, that guys that don't like Randle. But I don't think no one realistically would say the man doesn't deserve to get paid. I think what we're saying is, let's play with some numbers. Let's jump back into research mode, y'all. We're gonna jump back into research mode. All right, let's play with some numbers. All right, just for fun, since we're having this conversation, level-headed Knicks talk. By the way, if you're not subscribed, definitely subscribe to the channel. I got a podcast called This Week Inside the New York Knicks. We do it every single Monday. I missed it last Monday. I was under the weather, crazy stuff going on. But I'm back and strong. Make sure I did this show because I didn't want this week to go by with no show. So we here. So let me pull it up right now. No. I'm going to do New York. We're going to pull up the Knicks sports track. We're going to have some fun, right? Because, we pull up the sports track and, we have fun with money. We play with numbers, right? It's kind of like Monopoly, right? But it's real numbers, though. It's just not our money, right? So hold on. Let me see. New York. Put the Knicks in there so it pop up, right? All right. And, of course, we want that 24-25 cap table, right? Because then we're going to skip years and we're going to change years, right? All right. So the beauty with this, right, with this website, and let me fix it so you can see it, and this is Sports Track, is that it gives us the estimates for future years. This is why I like this website a lot. All right. So right now we're in the 25-26 season. Okay. So you see, Randle, OG Anunoby and Brunson's new contract is there. Okay. So we see that. All right. We're going to scroll all the way down. So we scroll all the way down. We see that the active roster is $184 million, right? Now let's look at the cap holds right quick. Active rosters is pretty much people that signed, right, or have options. Their options are still counted against the cap. Now, of course, the cap holder would be Precious Achiuwa. All the rest of these guys, not that important, right? So I don't care about their cap holds. Precious Achiuwa is interesting, right? Now, look, guys. First apron, the maximum allocated, or the first apron maximum is 195. Right? So we're 184. Now, this 184 does not account for Randle's contract because Randle's contract, this is a player option, which he's definitely going to decline. So whatever you sign Randle for, this will be his new contract. So let's have fun with numbers, y'all. Right? Here's where we have fun with numbers. I'm going to get my calculator out and we're going to do math together. Right? Matter of fact, I'll do the computer calculator so we can have it on the screen too. Let's do it like that. I was gonna do it on my phone, but I forgot you got a calculator app on your computer. So we're gonna pull that up. All right. So we got the calculator, PAL. Hold on, let me get it on the screen. We're gonna do math. So we know that we said that Randle's gonna get paid that $181 million, right? 181. And we're going to divide that by 4. So you're looking at the $45 million a year. All right. So now you add that $45 million here. Right. So, all right, let's just add $15 million because he already has $30 million. I hope you guys can see. I got the mouse hovering over. He already has the $30 million here. Right. So we're just going to add $15 million. We're going to keep it simple. It might be a little less than that, but just to have fun with numbers, let's add 15 million to this 30 million, right? When we do that, this $184 million goes up to about $200 million. That $200 million puts us over the first apron, right? Maximum, right? So now we going to pay way more of a luxury tax, and we're going to have to deal with the first apron restrictions. Now, we're already at the $200 million mark, right? Mind you, right? This is Randle. We're talking about this is Randle signing. Let's keep that in mind. You'll have 10 players, so you still have to bring in 5 more players. So if you're at that, so Randle got his money, right? You're at this $200 million mark, right? That means that you have $7 million to play with to add 5 players, or you're going to be in the second apron. So the goal will be to get Randle to take less, right? Because here's what you can do. So let's say Randle does 4 years. All right, we're going to do Randle. We're going to give you 160 for 4 years. If they did that, they can reconstruct that first year of that contract where it can be anywhere between $35 to $37 million. Let's say it's $37 million, y'all, right? So I'm going to go back to the cap. So now instead of this being $45 million, it's going to be $37 million. Okay? Now, $37 million, you add this 7 to this number here, and you get 190. And now you have more room, basically an additional $7 million to build out that team. Now, let's look. Maybe you can move off of Pacome, Dadiat's contract. Kolick, I know they're not going to get rid of Kolick. Oh, wow. Salute to Parrish for the super chat. Salute to you, Parrish. Brunson took less, so Randle must also take less. We're in a new rules league. Randle can't paralyze our flexibility to get players to win the title. Yo, Parrish, I'm going to tell you something. I'm with you. And this is what I'm showing you guys, the numbers. I'm showing you guys the numbers, right? Randle taking less gives them more flexibility and space. Because these numbers I'm showing you here is with the new TV deal, by the way. That's accounted for. Remember, the most they can add to the cap is 10%. So they can't even, so even if the money was to go up crazy amounts, they can only add 10% per year as a maximum increase to the salary cap, right? So this 10% is already accounted for here. Because remember, this year's cap is $141 million. So I just want you just to be clear, all right? So that's why what Brunson did, you see Brunson $34 million? Randle's contract could also start at that number too. They could finagle it. You know, you got Brock Aller. Yeah, salute to Brock Aller, man. That guy's a legend. He's the guy that handles the contract. So they can finagle this money. But the more Randle makes, the harder it is for the Knicks to avoid this second apron. All right? And next year, the second apron, it starts at $207 million. Let me jump out of research mode. So that's why all this stuff is important. It's important. Let me see what else you guys talking about. Yeah, Walter White, I said it. The cap was not, yep, I just said that, Walter White. Not sure if you chatted that before me. I'm just catching up on these chats. Because I try to read as many as I can, but hey, you guys keep sending them super chats. I'll definitely be able to make sure I get those out. Because for whatever reason, the super chats stand out more. So, hold on. The White Falcon said, give him the money and trade him. Well, here's the problem. If you give Randle the money, right? and the contract is deemed to be too much money. Like, perfect example. Here's a perfect real life examples, right? Um, Back in 2022, right, which was the year they didn't make the playoffs, and Randle had, even though he averaged 20 and 10, they said that was a bad year. Whatever. It was at that time when they were trying to say, "Oh, that was a bad contract," and da 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 da, and the Knicks will have a hard time trading Randle, right? So, you know, Randle has to perform. But when you say pay him and trade him, I just don't think that to me personally, um, unless he really regresses, or I'm just trying to think why you would trade him. But you don't win a championship after 2 to 3 years, and you're like, yo, this team should win a championship, maybe then. But I don't really see a realistic scenario where you would trade him. I'm trying to see the logic in that. I just don't. I think that if you sign him, then he's your guy. You gotta ride it out. We need Gobert. Why you think? All right, hold on, y'all. White Falcon. Why do you think Gobert is the answer? Right now, and I know a lot can happen. He hasn't been the answer in Minnesota. Yes, they went to the Western Conference Finals. Yes, they beat the defending champions. But to me, if you really ask me, Gobert was kind of like he was targeted. He was Defensive Player of the Year, but they treated him like he was like a somebody who was not even a good defender. I mean, they was picking on him in pick and roll. He want to play drop coverage, and then he think he could switch up on Luka and guard Luka on the perimeter, and it just didn't look to me. He was the weak link defensively. You Defensive Player of the Year, and you look like you're the weak link. Why would I want to trade for that guy when I know I have to compete against the Boston Celtics? I got to compete against Boston, y'all. Mind you, Boston has a stretch five. Gobert is a liability on the five, at the five, defensively, on the perimeter. Why would I trade for that guy to help me beat Boston? I don't see it. I don't think that. I don't think that's the move, y'all. I don't. What do you guys think? Let me see. Oh, by the way, oh my God, I had the top chat on. Hold on, you go back to the live chat. I think the live chat is where it's at. Let's see. Knicks will be chance 25-26. Gobert got exposed. Yeah, facts. Why would I trade for that guy? Minnesota went far. Yeah, but did they go far because of Gobert? I mean, it's a team effort. Was it not Ant-Man? You know what I mean? Was it not team overall? Baltimore white people definitely didn't watch the Western Conference Finals. That's a fact. Because, I mean, Gobert looked like, he just didn't look like he was that guy. Do I want Vujacic from the Bulls? I'd rather Vujacic because I ain't got to trade the farm to get him. But if I had to trade the farm to get Vujacic, I'm not doing it. I do like Vujacic, though. And he could somewhat shoot the three ball a little bit. I kind of like Vujacic. I ain't going to lie. But my thing is, who you going to trade for him? And I think, let's pull it up. I think he makes like $20 million a year, something like that, right? Let's pull him up. Vujacic. See if I can spell his name right. Vujacic. Vujacic. All right, let me go to Google. I don't know how to spell this guy's name. Vujacic. Vujacic. I don't know how to spell this guy's name. Vujacic. I think he makes. That's Valanciunas. Hold on. Can't spell this guy's name. Hold on. I'm gonna pull him up. He's still with the Bulls, right? I think he makes like $22 million a year. Chicago Bulls. Let's see. That was a good trade too for that DeMar DeRozan trade they made for the Kings. I like that trade. Yeah, I think that trade is it's gonna make them interesting. I don't know if it's gonna help them win a championship. Hold on, let me see. Let's see. 2024. Pull this guy out. I'm gonna show you what this guy makes, man. So 2024. Zach LaVine. I ain't mean to click on that. But I can't get this guy's name. All right, hold on. I can't spell it. All right, hold on. We type in Chicago Bulls center. I think he makes like 20-something million a year, though. Let's see. Yeah, Vujacic. There you go. All right. I could not spell this guy's name for nothing. Hold on. Nikola. There we go. Bam. All right, let's pull up his contract. Pull up his contract. Let's see. Where's Sports Track? Yeah, he's making like $20 million a year. So now you gotta explain to me who you trading for Vujacic. You're not beating Boston if you trade Randle and Mitch for Gobert. Facts. And look. And right, if you trade Vujacic, if you trade for Gobert, right? You're going to lose out on your one advantage that you have against the Celtics, which is Julius Randle. Julius Randle is just like they could say, oh, we don't have nobody for KP, right? They don't have nobody that can guard Julius Randle one-on-one. Head up. That's our one advantage that they can't match at all. They have nobody. I mean, nobody. Tatum, he's not the guy for the job. He's going to get cooked. Jalen Brown, he's not the guy for the guy. He's for the job. He's going to get cooked. I know they run the matchup zone. With Holiday. We gonna listen. I can't wait for the season to start. I swear to you. So we can see what we talking about. See, Boston beat us with RJ Barrett. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was a different team, y'all. Later on, when they got OG, and it was a little different. Even though, of course, that last game, they didn't really play it. It was kind of a meaningless game to an extent. But at the same time, it was a different game. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. I'd rather Gobert than Mitch. Yeah, but you can't. I mean, Gobert's making $40 million a year, bro. He's making more than Randle. He's making the money that we want Randle to take. I'm not going to say Vujacic is terrible. I think Vujacic is a better option than Gobert. I'm not going to say he's better than, well, he's better offensively than Gobert. But huh? Yo, you know what? Knicks will be chance 25-26. I'm with you. I like Scat. I like Scap a lot, man. I think, and I think I did a poll on this. Yo, Scap could be the next Hartenstein. If you really think about it, if Scap really works on this game, he could be like the next Hartenstein. He just got to get the opportunity. That's the question. Will he get the opportunity? White Falcon. How many points does opponent power forwards make on Randle? Because his defense is bad. Who are the power? Okay, White Falcon. Who are the power forwards in the NBA right now? All the power forwards in the NBA are small forwards. DeMar DeRozan was playing power forward. He's not a power forward. You got Pascal Siakam, Giannis Antetokounmpo. That's really it. You know what I'm saying? Like, all the rest of the power forwards are really just small forwards that play power forward. Jimmy Butler, Jason Tatum. You could just go through the list. They all, you know what I'm saying? Like, what power forwards is putting in work like that? You got to understand. That's going to be OG Anunoby's assignment. That's why OG is there. Randle gets the soft touch. Most teams don't got killer fours like that. You don't got fours that's going to kill you. That's just not the way the NBA set up. Matter of fact, let's go through the East right now. How about that? Y'all want to go through the East? Let's have some fun. Let's have some fun. We're going to go through the East right now. All right? We're going to go through the East right now. Let's see. Let's pull up the East, right? So we got the East right here. So we know Tatum is the power forward on the Celtics. Brooklyn Nets, who's their power forward? I'm not even going to ask that question. Philadelphia 76ers, who's their power forward? Paul George? Martin? Toronto Raptors, who's their power forward? Scotty Barnes? Scotty Barnes is a small forward who plays power forward. But, all right, Scotty Barnes. I'm worried about Scotty Barnes, really? Chicago Bulls, who's their power forward? I'm serious. Who's their power forward? I know they made mad trades. They traded DeMar. I don't even know who they got power forward. Either way, I'm not concerned. You got Evan Mobley at power forward for Cleveland. Now, let me tell you something. Mobley's really a center, but he plays power forward, and he's going to play because they signed Allen to the $90 million deal for 3 years. Mobley's going to be a problem next year, y'all. Cleveland, I'm not going to lie to y'all. I was kind of down on Cleveland, but I like the way the Mobley kid plays. I think because of Mobley, and I think he's going to take his game to another level, and he realizing that on the offensive end, these guys can't guard me. I think Mobley can be a factor. But even still, like I said, Knicks' team defense, that's what OG Anunoby's there for. Right? And then Cleveland has to show me they're going to use Mobley the right way, especially when Allen gets there. That's going to be remain to be seen. The Detroit Pistons, they got Isaiah Stewart. Indiana Pacers got Siakam. We mentioned his name. We mentioned Giannis' name, right? So realistically, we got 2 to 3 power forwards in the East right now. That's like, okay, yeah, these guys are for real. Atlanta Hawks. Hold on, let me pull it back up. Oh, I just lost it. Hold on. Got it. Atlanta Hawks, right? Atlanta Hawks, they got the young boys. I like Jalen Johnson, Duke, another Duke guy. Hey, it ain't my fault that Duke guys are running the league right now. Don't get mad at me. But Jalen Johnson is tough. And they got the rookie, Ricochet, whatever his name is. He's all right. Not concerned. Charlotte Hornets, they got Miles Bridges. Let me pull that back up. Keep coming on. Charlotte Hornets got Miles Bridges. Now, Miles Bridges is definitely a problem. They also got that kid Miller. So Hornets got a nice little squad. I wouldn't be surprised if they make the play-in this year. But I'm not really that concerned about Miles Bridges. Miami Heat, we already know they got Jimmy Butler. They got Joe Viggs. They got Bam. I think they should play Bam at the 4. But he's a 5. Jimmy Butler's a 3. He plays the 4. Yeah. Orlando Magic, you got Paolo. Okay, Paolo is tough. And Franz Wagner. Wizards, you got Kyle Kuzma. Oh, okay. Once again, you got 5 power forwards in the East that you probably going to be worried about. But OG Anunoby's your guy. So the power forward is the weakest position in the NBA, if you ask me. You don't got pure power forwards. Right? So, all right. So, look, Hornets, Miles Bridges to me is a 3, but he plays power forward. Jimmy Butler is a 3, but he plays power forward. Right? Orlando Magic, Paolo. Mobley is a center, but they play him at power forward. Right? So, I mean, power forward is a position where it's like you don't have too many natural power forwards. That's why I said Julius Randle is the most pure power forward in basketball. See what you guys talking about here, man. Salute to the chat, man. Y'all rocking with me at the 2-hour mark, man. Definitely getting ready to wind down soon, but this is level-headed Knicks talk, y'all. Let me jump out of research mode. We definitely have great conversations. We pick out 1 or 2 topics and we do deep dives, deep conversation. That's what this show is. Maxine, she's like the channel manager. She said, yo, we're going to be rocking out on Wednesdays at 9:30. So definitely be here. That will be the time for level-headed Knicks talk going forward. So, subscribe if you're not subscribed. Let's get over that 900 subscriber mark. We're very close to it. So if you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button so we get to it. Let's see. Where was I at? Great conversations. Oh, yeah. See, Quiet Money, Wagner. Quiet Money, you're right. Wagner is another player that got $200 million. You can't tell me that Julius Randle is not factoring that into his decision. All these guys that he knows he's better than. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know I'm better than these guys. And you want me to take less money? I don't know. Is that the issue? Right? Is that the issue? Randall is great. That shoulder might be soft now. Okay, so Parrish, salute to you, and thanks for that super chat earlier as well. I'm gonna say this, Parrish, and I talked about the shoulder a couple of times. So I'm not sure if you remember when they initially did the X-rays and the MRIs. Remember when they said there's no structural damage? His shoulder itself is fine, right? It was dislocated. They was able to put it back in place, and there was no structural damage with the shoulder. The shoulder actually functions fine. The issue was the part that gives the shoulder its protection. That was the issue. They fixed that part. That's what he had the surgery on, not the shoulder itself. It was the part that gives the shoulder support, which prevents the shoulder from popping out of place. Once he got the surgery on that part of the shoulder, his shoulder will not dislocate again, of course, unless he falls the same way he fell the first time to dislodge it. But it's not like he going to get smacked on the shoulder and it's going to pop out. Nah, it's not. He would have to really fall with force again for it to pop out again, right? So I'm just this to give you, some breakdown on the science of how it works. His shoulder is not going to be compromised going forward. And that's what the surgery was on. It wasn't on to fix his actual shoulder. It was the part that supports the shoulder. That's what was needed to be repaired. Let's see. Oh yeah, coach. He said he's gonna move him for Gobert. He wants to trade Randle. He wants to trade Randle and Mitch for Gobert. Okay, that's what you want to do. Tibbs might keep him because he's Boozer to Tibbs. But man, we need a center. I'm gonna say I think that we need another center. I don't think we need like a. See, you're saying it like we need a starting center. I think that we got Mitch. I think Mitch is the guy for the job. He's the best offensive rebounder in basketball. But I do think that we need an additional guy that plays the 5. Because I don't want Sims to be my third. I think that, Precious is going to play 4 or 5. So if Mitch goes down, if I'm not going to sign Scap and give him the job, because I don't think nobody will be mad with that. But I say you got to get another center, just in case. I don't think Sims is that guy. Personally, I don't think Sims is that guy. Stan says Randall for Gobert is crazy. Tell me about it. Quiet Money, we don't win without Randall. Have you not learned anything from last year? That's a fact. And I said it. We was in the Eastern Conference Finals if Randall was healthy. That's a fact. Yeah, but Brunson, well deserving of the captain selection, right? Normally, I remember the captains was selected by the players. I don't think the players. I think the Knicks actually name. We'll find out tomorrow. Tomorrow's the press conference, so we'll see exactly how it came to be. Typically, I do remember the players voting, but I think the Knicks just gave it to him, and I think a lot of it had to do with he's Leon Rose's guy, not just a CAA guy. I'm saying that he's his guy. Like he signed him to the Knicks. Randle, RJ, Mitch were prior to Leon Rose signing as the GM. What about Durant as a backup? We don't have the assets to trade for Durant. Detroit, they made a lot of changes, and I do know they probably want to move Durant because their new president, whatever GM, is probably under the same mindset of I want to bring in my own guys. But he's a young, scrappy center. I don't think we have the picks. I don't think we got the picks. I think that's what it would take to get that deal done. Trade is crazy, but was the OG trade crazy? No, the OG trade. Well, I ain't gonna lie. Like I kind of predicted the OG trade because I said that there's a video I have on the channel. You can check it out if you want. The imminent Emmanuel Quickly trade. And when I said the trade needed to be done, I said my target was OG Anunoby. That's why I always say when you say trade Randle, trade him for who? You should have a target. Because if you don't have a target, you're more than likely going to get taken advantage of. So who do you want to trade for? So my trade was OG Anunoby for Emmanuel Quickly. They did RJ and Emmanuel Quickly. At the time, I was like, damn, maybe they could have got something else too. But it turns out that something else was Precious. And Precious definitely played solid, right? He held it down. But I thought it was a little too much. But seeing the team's success after the trade, no, that trade actually worked out for us. Because you wasn't going to pay Quickly. So you kind of had to get some form. So I always knew that Quickly had to go. RJ was a wild card, but to me, OG Anunoby is a better player than RJ Barrett. I know RJ is a better scorer. I think because OG can score too, maybe not at the RJ Barrett level, but OG's defense is just tremendous. His intangibles, the fit, off the ball, corner threes, moving without the ball. RJ likes to get the ball, top of the key, and dive, even if it's off the pick. When you look at RJ Barrett, he's not standing in the corner. He's diving, or more than likely off pick and rolls, or he likes to dive from the top of the key. Doesn't operate from the elbow, doesn't have a face-up game, doesn't have a turn, any type of let me turn, let me post up, none of that other intangibles that scorers have. RJ didn't have that. RJ is straight downhill off the dive, whether it's off the pick, off the handoff. RJ's diving every time. He tried to develop a little stop and pop. I don't know. I mean, maybe he's working more on that. I didn't really watch Canada in the Olympics. Didn't have the time, but I wonder if he's working on the stop and pop at least. He tried to do it, but it wasn't really that effective. White Falcon says Sims is chilling. Yeah, he's gonna be chilling on the bench. And the only reason why Sim is still a Knick because he had that $2 million team option. Right? That's great value. That's it. OG's a liability when it comes to staying healthy. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's the only problem with OG. But I think that's why they did the Mikal Bridges trade. Because Mikal Bridges is kind of technically an OG Anunoby insurance policy. Because if OG Anunoby gets hurt, the more than likely lineup change will be Dante back in the starting lineup. Mikal Bridges slides to the 3. So he's kind of the OG Anunoby insurance policy. That's why I'm more concerned about Mitch than anybody else. Because if Mitch goes down, Precious Achiuwa held it down, but that center spot, boy, you vulnerable because now if you're not signing Scap or if you're not going with Ariel, Jericho Sims. Yeah. Yeah, White Falcon asked if the trade that he had, he has it the Randle for Gobert and Mitch for Gobert is crazy. Yeah, that's a crazy trade. We also got Wario in the trade. Are you saying who you talking about when you say Wario? Knicks will be champs. Yo, Knicks will be champs. Yo, he's the man. Listen to what he's saying in the chat. First off, White Falcon, they did not trade picks in the OG Anunoby trade. There was no picks in the OG Anunoby trade. You got that detail wrong, brother. That was one of the beauty things that they said that they praised the Knicks in the trade was because here's the thing, when Toronto wanted to trade OG Anunoby, they wanted a similar package that the Nets said they wanted because they was trying to get picks because the Nets was trying to get, I think it was the Nets was trying to get OG as well. If it wasn't the Nets, it was another team that inquired about OG Anunoby. And at the time, the Raptors wanted a gang of picks. But for whatever reason, right, Emmanuel Quickley always had a high trade value. Like there was rumors that Atlanta wanted Quickley for Murray. They wanted Quickley and a 1 first-round pick for Murray. That was the rumor. But they already traded Quickley to Toronto. No picks in that deal, sir. Quiet money, exactly. What's the case? Why they forced to give up OG $200 million when the Raptors wouldn't give it to him? Well, the Raptors, from what I can see, remember they got Scotty Barnes. I can't remember how much he signed for. I want to pull it up, but I don't. Scotty Barnes signed for whatever he signed for. Maybe around 150. Could be wrong. Could be more. Could be less. Whatever. Remember, Pascal Siakam got paid the 4 or 5 year, $189 million. See, Toronto was faced with OG Anunoby, $200 million. Scotty Barnes probably got around $200 million or under that. And then Siakam, they didn't want to pay those 3 guys. So they were willing to pay 2 at least, near those amounts. So that's why they made the move because RJ Barrett is under, his contract is way less than that. So you save money by trading RJ, and you know that you want to trade something for OG. You don't want to just let him walk. That's why they didn't give him the money. Toronto can't afford it. These teams ain't got money like that, y'all. And with the aprons, it makes things a lot more complicated. No, they did not trade picks for OG, White Falcon. There was no picks in the deal. Quick is a young two-way player. I'm gonna tell you quiet money. And this is weird, right? I feel like the Knicks never gave Quickly a shot. They never gave him a shot. Like, and when I say a shot, I mean to start, to be a starting point guard. Look at all the moves they made, right? They went and got Derrick Rose. Instead of letting Quickly be in the backup point guard, they went and got Derrick Rose. Fine. That's fantastic. Then it was time for Quickly to let's get him to start, right? They go out and they sign Kemba Walker, right? Then they go get Jalen Brunson, right? So it was never an opportunity for Quickly to really shine as the point guard in New York. That's why he had to go. They didn't see him as a 9-figure player. Oh, Sam, I like this comment by Sam. I wish I could highlight your comments, man. Salute to the chat. Y'all leaving some good comments. Sam says Knicks medical staff is 100 times better than Toronto's. They'll stretch OG's hammies. And like I said, I don't see OG playing that many minutes. I think his minutes get severely, not severely. I think that he's going to get around 30 minutes a game. Last year, he was averaging about 34. I could see them dropping his minutes to 30, giving Josh Hart those minutes because I think he's going to be his backup for sure. So, yeah. Randle been here for too long. Yo, White Falcon, man. Yo, you are amazing. By the way, guys, this is the wind down. Definitely a great show. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Join the Discord server. We could keep this conversation going. We got a 24/7 Knicks chat. We're also talking Olympics right now. We got a 24/7 NBA chat. So definitely, click the link. Join the Discord server. We got a Knicks hat giveaway. We have great conversations. We extend it from the YouTube side, take it to the Discord side. You can easily get there by clicking the link that's in the comments, in the description, or going to the website that's on the screen below, www.theobjectiveknicksfan.com. Definitely subscribe. We should be at over the 900 subscriber mark. Hopefully we are. That's the next milestone before 1,000. Wow, I got Dwayne. I had Dwayne's comment open. I was about to respond to it, Dwayne Dennis. But definitely hit that subscribe button, y'all. We got 3 more subscribers before we get to the 900 mark. Feel free to subscribe. This has been a great show. Let me just read these final comments that came in. Minnesota with Cat, Ant, Mitch. That'd be crazy. Minnesota with Cat, Randle, Ant-Man, Mitch, Nas Reed. They winning the championship, bro. And White Falcon want to give him salute to Knicks will be chance 25-26. If you were to do that Randle trade, that's who they will have. Definitely will beat anyone coming out the West. Oh, another thing too. Let me tell you something out the East in the finals. The reason why that trade wouldn't happen too is once again the same issue. They gotta match salaries and players. So yeah. That wouldn't be a good look. I wanted quickly to start before we got Brunson. Yeah, old head. Salute the old head. A lot of people felt that way, but the Knicks didn't. The Knicks never gave Quickly the chance to start. Every year, they had point guards ahead of him in the depth chart. And they honestly, I think they preferred playing Quickly off the ball, too. And still, Knicks fan says, facts, Samuel. Let's not forget the Knicks added Casey Smith, your head coach, the head of their medical staff. Facts. Yo, Still Knicks fans, by the way, check out Still Knicks fans. He has a really great channel, y'all. Salute to him for checking me out. Definitely has been a great show, y'all. I hope to see you guys on Monday for the pod. Definitely subscribe so you won't miss that. This will be the new date and time for Level-Headed Knicks Talk, Wednesdays at 9:30. I hope to see you guys here. And, of course, this will be up until the season starts. Then we'll have to find a new time after that. But that's all for this pod, y'all, man. Thanks for rocking with me. And until next time, let's go Knicks.